Time now for Joy News Desk. My name is Benjamin Akakpo. Coming up, vaccine hesitancy mitigating against national efforts to get a good number of the population fully vaccinated before the close of the year. We bring you the Northeast regional case as it misses its target for the year despite the availability of vaccines. Meanwhile, Bono East region scales up new measures to curb the spread of the disease, including a door-to-door vaccination exercise in the Kintampo North District. We'll bring you details of that. And in our countdown to Christmas today, Liberation Circle and other principal streets of Accra have been transformed with decorative lights ahead of Christmas, locally produced decorative materials as well. Maxwell Agbagba has the details of that. And as usual, we have business and sports all as part of this hour-long package. Do stay with us. We'll be right back on Joy News Desk.
Hello, my name is Nathaniel Atto. You can catch up with all the fun and inspiration on the Joy Sports link here on Joy 99.7 FM, together with all other shows over and over again. It's very simple. All you need to do is go to myjoyonline.com/podcast and relive all of those fun moments over and over again. Joy 99.7 FM, your radio for discerning listeners.
Joy 99.7.
On to our very first story. And the Northeast region has missed its COVID-19 vaccination target of 381,701 persons for the year. The region currently, as of the 20th of December 2021, had vaccinated only 115,221 people after taking delivery of a total of 160,226 doses of all types of COVID-19 vaccines. The percentage of all persons who have so far taken at least one dose is 30.2%, and 16.9% are persons who have fully completed the COVID vaccination. The Regional Health Director, Dr. Abdullahi Abubakari, speaking at a media engagement in the capital, Nalerigu, attributed the situation to hesitancy towards the vaccines and inadequate COVID-19 education in some parts of the region. There is more in the following report.
Dr. Abdullahi also provided details on the time and number of doses received since from March this year when the vaccination started in the region.
As we all know, the month of December had been declared as a month of COVID-19 vaccination. And so we took delivery of 8,500 doses of AstraZeneca, 43,200 doses of Johnson & Johnson, 13,902 doses of Pfizer, and 6,160 doses of Moderna. All this for the month of December.
The regional director disclosed that the region couldn't achieve its vaccination target for the year despite receiving over 160,000 doses of all types of COVID-19 vaccines.
Mr. Chairman, the Northeast region has a COVID vaccination target of 381,701. And currently, as at yesterday, 20th December 2021, the region has taken delivery of 160,226 doses of all types of COVID-19 vaccines and vaccinated 115,221 persons. The percentage of all persons who have so far taken at least one dose of COVID vaccine stands at 30.2%, and 16.9% are persons who have fully completed the COVID-19 vaccination. I would therefore like to state that we still have some stock of COVID-19 vaccine on our hands. Currently, we have about 16,133 doses.
Dr. Abdullahi ended his address by calling on all, especially members of the Public Health Emergency Management Committee, the media, chiefs, queen mothers, pastors to support in getting the rest of the population in the region vaccinated.
Before I take my seat, kindly permit me to re-emphasize that the current biggest health threat, as we all know, to our survival on this planet is this COVID-19 pandemic. But fortunately, we now have the vaccine for it. So I would like to make a passionate appeal to all our community members who have not yet taken the vaccine to get vaccinated. The vaccine is free and protective. So let's make it our civic duty and responsibility to get vaccinated, as well as advocate for the vaccination of all our loved ones who are eligible for the vaccine.
Elias Sutanko reporting.
Well, unlike the Northeast region, the Bono East Regional Health Directorate is instituting new measures to increase the number of persons vaccinated across the region, with more attention on those in the rural areas. The move, according to the Regional Director of Health Services, Dr. Fred Adomako-Boateng, is to ensure the region attains its target of vaccinating at least half of the region's population. He charged the people to stay away from partying with strangers this Christmas season, as well as avoid crowded places. There's more in the following report put together by Anas Sabit.
Cumulatively, the Bono East region had recorded a total of 2,558 COVID-19 cases, with a case fatality of 2.5. The region, according to the Regional Director of Health Services, Dr. Fred Adomako-Boateng, has been able to vaccinate about 30% of its targeted population, with a greater percentage of this figure coming from the urban areas.
The total population that are eligible for vaccines in Bono East is 730,700. And as we are speaking, we have received almost 446,488 doses of vaccines of all types, in which we have been able to administer about 312,000. So if you look at those who have gotten their first dose is almost about 30%. And then if you are looking at those who are really fully vaccinated, the percentage is 10.1. If you look at Techiman Municipal, you look at Kintampo North and Nkranza, you saw those were our epicenters for the region. I mean, these three districts were accounting for 77% of all the cases that we got.
Authorities are, however, adopting new strategies capable of increasing the percentage of persons vaccinated to help curb the spread of the pandemic, especially in the rural areas.
The strategy that we are employing for this by the end of this year is that at least not less than 50% of 730,000. In fact, we are targeting about 70% of these to be vaccinated. What are we going to do? We are going to increase the teams. Apart from the static areas that we have, we are going to ensure that we form a lot of teams so that we can do mobile outreaches. And mind you, these are also rural setting. They wake up early in the morning, go to their farms and also do other things, come to the major cities to trade, and then they go back. How do we manage to meet them? So one, the timing should be different. That is what we are looking at, apart from the static areas that everybody in the district, they know.
Dr. Fred Adomako-Boateng charged the people of the region to avoid crowded areas this festive season and adhere strictly to the laid down protocols to avoid a surge after the Yuletide.
This Christmas, if the person is not your close relative, you are not staying, don't party with that person. No. We have to limit numbers. And then we have to avoid what? Crowded areas. Even if you are going to have all these activities, please, it should be open. So, and the hand hygiene, we shouldn't forget that, because these are tried and tested. In the fight against pandemic outbreaks, most of the time, the victory is won with basic preventive mechanisms: hand hygiene, masking, social distancing. And these are the easier and the low-hanging fruits that we can pick.
Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Kintampo.
Let's stay a while longer in the Bono East region, where health authorities in the Kintampo North municipality are embarking on a door-to-door vaccination exercise in order to have more persons receive the jab. The move, according to the Municipal Director of Health Services, Dr. Collins Boateng, is to ensure the Directorate achieves its quest of vaccinating 75% of its targeted population by the end of the first quarter of the year 2022. Anas Sabit has more in this report.
With the Kintampo North municipality being one of 3 municipalities contributing to over 70% of the cumulative COVID-19 cases recorded across the Bono East region, health authorities in the area are mapping out strategies capable of reducing the spread of the pandemic. The Directorate, as part of its vaccination plans, is embarking on a door-to-door vaccination exercise to have more people receive the jabs. Municipal Director of Health Services, Dr. Collins Boateng, told Joy News that the move is an attempt to achieve the municipality's quest to get its targeted population vaccinated.
Due to the high number of COVID-19 cases in 2021, the Municipal Health Directorate employed numerous strategies to curb the rising numbers. But we are not there yet. I promise to attain 75% of our target population that must be vaccinated by the end of the first quarter of 2022 with your support and hard work. It was clearly a challenge in the beginning as people were not turning up for the vaccination. So my staff, together with me, use a strategy where we have to do house-to-house vaccination, or someone will say door-to-door. The strategy was adapted to arrive at these great figures. And I thank you again, my noble staffs, for this wonderful work.
Dr. Boateng, who was speaking at a staff debate to honor hard-working staff of the Directorate, also noted that the municipality's ANC visits is on the low considering the year under review and measures are being taken to help improve the situation.
And one other thing we want to do is our ANC, more than 4 visits is low. As at 2020, we have 40%, and the national target is 75%. And we want, by the end of first quarter, achieve 75% of women who are pregnant and visit ANC more than 4 classes. And I'm confident with myself we will achieve it.
Deputy Regional Director of Health Services in charge of clinical care, Dr. Helen Agbozo, lauded the Directorate for the move and asked that more health workers will be attracted to rural areas across the municipality.
Seriously, working in the rural area is different from being in the urban areas. So those who accept posting and agree to work in these deprived areas deserve to be honored. They deserve to be celebrated. They deserve to be motivated. So as a region, I believe that we will have to encourage the people, the health managers in the region, the districts, to allow these kind of programs so that the staff who are working in those areas will feel motivated and happy to be in these areas.
Sharavan noted that the Directorate is working towards intensifying education in the rural areas to increase the acceptance of the COVID-19 vaccines.
For the rural areas, those in the hinterland, they are not hearing much. So we will urge the media to reach out to those areas also and invite the health staff to give education. They must know what is going on. Some people still believe there's no COVID. It's amazing, but it is with us. So a lot of education, a lot of talking to the people, taking the vaccines to them. Gradually, we believe that people will accept to be vaccinated to reduce the numbers.
Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Kintampo.
Well, that's just to give you a brief sense of how the vaccination exercise is getting along in parts of the country. There is, however, some good news at the national level. Director of Health Promotion at the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Da Costa Abwaje, has revealed that over 20% of Ghana's population has received at least 1 jab, while 10% of the total population has had the double dose.
So I know that a lot of people are now ready to take the vaccines, but yet there is a little bit of hesitancy. But our strategy has been to obviously use what we call the social mobilization approach. So for example, if you look here today, the GFA told us that a lot of people will be coming here to their premises. So we decided that, okay, then we will bring our mobile team here to vaccinate those people who will be coming here, those without, who have not already been vaccinated. And since we came, the patronage has actually been very good. A lot of people, as you can see, a lot of people are getting vaccinated, and some people had already had their first shot, and we've given them their second shot. Some have also received the Johnson & Johnson, so it's good. But bear in mind that the GFA themselves have also announced that come January, should you not have the vaccine or the vaccine card, or if you are not vaccinated, you will not be able to enter their premises in terms of their various stadia. So what we have done is we in partnership with them, we've linked them to our regional health directorate, our district health directorates, and vaccination exercises are going on in the various stadia. Now, in January too, we will still be working with them. So if you are going to the stadium, for example, and you are not vaccinated, they will direct you to some of our centers. Like we'll set a center here and a stadium clinic, so that they are able to we're able to still vaccinate people.
All right. So can you estimate the number of citizens you have been able to vaccinate ever since you started?
Okay, thank you. So as of yesterday, it was 6.9 million Ghanaians. So it representing about 10% of the population having being fully vaccinated, and 20 I think it's about 25.9 having at least a shot.
We'll take a break and be right back.
What's up, guys? My name is Sammy Forson, host of the Weekend City Show and Ignition right here on Joy 99.7 FM. Well, anytime you happen to be busy and you miss out on your favorite shows right here on Joy FM, here's what you can do. Log on to myjoyonline.com/podcast. Just go on there and you'll find all your shows on demand 24/7. There you can catch up. Remember, Joy FM remains your radio for discerning listeners.
Let's go back to the Bono East region, where the Minister Kwesi Edu-Jan has charged municipal and district chief executives in the region to devise strategies to anticipate and foil conflict at the community level to foster peace in the region. He made this call at a meeting of MMDCEs and heads of departments organized by the Regional Coordinating Council in Techiman. My colleague Anas Abid has more in this report.
Municipal and district chief executives and various departmental heads at the MDA and regional levels in the Bono East region have been charged to implement mechanisms capable of anticipating conflicts at the community level as a means of strengthening peace and stability across the region. Regional Minister Kwesi Edu-Jan made this call at the second annual meeting of heads of departments at the Regional Coordinating Council in Techiman.
I wish to conclude by stating that tension, conflict, and insecurity always start at the unit and town level. An important responsibility of yours is to anticipate conflict, to prevent conflict if you can, to manage conflict when it does occur, and above all, to act as arbiters for peace and stability in our communities.
The minister also called for community intelligence gathering as a means of reducing crime in general in the various assemblies of the region.
I call for community intelligence gathering efforts to support RECSEC, MUSEC, and DISEC, since community policing is a hallmark of every security network in the world today. There should be a good working relationship between the police and the community members in crime prevention. I urge all persons with information about the mob-based crimes and their activities to volunteer them to the appropriate security agencies to bring them to book. I wish to urge Nananom and all aggrieved parties in the chieftaincy arena to use peaceful means to resolve and address their grievances and desist from engaging in violent activities to disturb the peace of our region.
The minister further reiterated government's commitment towards making Bono East the rice capital of the country by empowering the youth to move into agriculture.
Following the Ghana government's commitment to ending rice imports, the first project BEDEC intends to undertake is to turn the Bono East region to the rice hub of Ghana by facilitating large-scale rice production, modernizing and transforming small-scale rice production, and encouraging our youth to move into agriculture. The process towards the implementation of this project started in September 2021 with a tour of selected rice valleys by myself and staff of the regional agric directorates.
Other heads of departments made inputs with respect to their contributions towards the progress of the new region, as well as some challenges bedeviling their smooth takeoff. Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Tichiman.
Let's dilate now on the threat of land guards, and members of the Kokofu royal family of the Nkoranza traditional area are appealing to the Regional Security Council and the Lands Ministry to help arrest a looming tension in the area. The family says the illegal sale of its land by people suspected to be members of the same family may devolve into the use of land guards, which would in turn bring about bloodshed if not addressed. There's more in the following report.
The use of land guards for the resolution of land conflicts continue to affect the peace of most landowners, especially those in the urban areas. This unfortunate phenomenon is slowly springing up in some semi-urban and rural settings. Under the Nkoranza Traditional Council here in the Bono East region, the leadership of the Kokofu family is appealing to the Regional Security Council and the Lands Ministry to intervene with the family's land currently being sold by people suspected to be members of the same family. Nana Yao Nyama is the Nkoranza Kokofu Hene. The family has a land which is Shiamai. The now Pamela and his guards are forcefully taking the lands. So we are appealing to government, to the Regional House of Chiefs and the Regional Minister to intervene swiftly on matters happening in Kokofu. If not, something terrible might happen and that may resolve into conflict.
Because me demand now so the force will year for me sema. Na maso me bema sema ma se me be dio. Satem so enya so nwie na de beba. Because nkura wo ho mpemfo ho. Nti esraban on twede ni mehwe kukufu asem no.
He further noted that the situation, if not checked, may resolve into the establishment of land guards in the area.
Sa langard semi ye hu bida. Na ne ko so no.
We've never seen land guards here, but what is happening may lead to the introduction of land guards here, as seen in Accra, Tema, Kumasi, and other parts of the country. Over here we are family, and if this should happen, it would lead into something else. So we are once again appealing to those in authority to intervene. The group say the subject, which is turning out to be a security concern, needs to be looked at to prevent bloodshed in the future. This is a very serious matter, so we are appealing to government to come to our aid so there will be peace in the area.
120 years
We won't wait until after the death of our mother for another conflict to spring up after a funeral because we don't want violence. The family, as custom demands, performed some rituals to call for the intervention of the ancestors. Reporting for Joy News, Anas Sabit, Nkranza.
Let's talk road safety now. And road users plying the Tema motorway are calling on government to fix ripped-off crash barriers around the Community 18 junction. According to motorists, the deplorable nature of the stretch continuously poses a risk to road users, and the absence of crash barriers worsens their plight. They want government to, as a matter of urgency, fix the gaping potholes on the stretch and install new crash barriers. Joy News' Mausi Numong has been speaking to some motorists who ply the Tema motorway. Here's her report read to you.
Tema motorway is one of the busiest stretch in the capital. The 19-kilometer road network connects Accra to Ghana's industrial hub Tema. However, the stretch is now crash barriers which would have protected the event of an accident have been ripped off. Drivers say they had had enough. They want to install new crash barriers this festive season.
The bridge here is suffering for here because soldier man can't fall for the bridge inside. That one I don't see anything for here. But I don't know if it will be government in mother or in father can't fall for the gutter inside and can't do something for here.
We have at the bridge is about the motorway. Look at the motorway side. There is road guards. By up to now, all of them, when you are passing on the motorway, nothing is there. So we are pleading to the government.
I've been here 9 years now. Cat me fi moto no so abeto car so wo cars na kono ngwa no mu bridge na se etimi fi moto no so abeto sa aka no so.
Appalled by government's continued neglect of the stretch, Secretary of the Drivers Union Isaac Labi said it is not enough to patch up potholes every now and then. He says government must commit finances to.
That rail was made for protection's sake, yeah, for both then pedestrians. So once it's off, it means it's going to pose danger for both cars and motorists. And it's unfortunate. The motorway is fast deteriorating. If anything got spoiled on the motorway, it's a dangerous situation. It's something that needs to be attended to immediately. So a dangerous place. If nothing is done about it, it will get to a time even people may not like to ply the motorway, even though it is the fastest route. But yeah, so once they attend to the rails, they should also see to the good care of the motorway.
While filming this report, our cameras captured another problem. The motorway was originally constructed as a major highway, but today illegal squatters have taken over, erecting makeshift structures on the shoulders of the road. What this means is that the number of pedestrians crossing the motorway. The resident says a crash barrier is crucial to protect the lives of pedestrians.
It's very easy because when there is traffic on the motorway, we find it difficult to. When there is traffic, a lot of cars decide to pass the other end, not on the main road. So it's very, and it affects those of us that always cross this road to our various marketplaces to buy our items. So I think they should do something about it to save lives.
Well, until government intervenes, these road users remain at the mercy of speeding vehicles and motorists, you ask. Well, let's say they are at the mercy of potholes. Mausi Numong report for for Joy News.
We apologize for the patchinator of the sound in parts of that video. Now, Liberation Circle and other principal streets of Accra are back on with lights. One of the people behind the transformation of the capital into a city of lights, CEO of Jandel Limited, Afi Amoro, says most of the materials and designs used for the lights were locally made. She spoke to Joy News at the launch of a ceremony to light up Accra.
Joy, peace, happiness, love. All these are positive things. Let's dwell on the positive things rather than drown ourselves in the mundane. Because to every cloud, there is a silver lining. Yeah. You'll be seeing Christmas-related designs. But the beauty of it is that we have manufactured these things ourselves over here with hard-working artisans. And we are very happy that the foreign components has not been too heavy. And we have also Ghanaianized some of the products. If you go to the Ridge Runabout, you'll find that a young man has used plastic bottles to create a Christmas tree. We gave him exposure, and this is what we want to do. We want to expose talents, young talents who come with that mentality of doing Ghana to make Ghana great, to make Greater Accra great. So when anybody has any assets, we are willing to look at your concepts and help you to give the platform for you to do what you are doing.
Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey at the event urged the populace to create long-lasting memories this festive season.
This year's event promises to give Ghanaians a spectacular and exciting experience. This December, the Regional Coordinating Council, in partnership with Messrs. Jandel Limited and Malinlo, will light up the capital with beautiful illumination across the streets of Accra. The Light Up the City 2021 will enhance the Christmas celebrations as a high point for the festive season and bring excitement within the city. All lights go up in Accra as we mark our Christmas season memorable with our friends and family. We are bringing you the best experience you have been waiting for in a livable city such as Accra. I will therefore urge the people of Greater Accra and even beyond to pin the fun and create beautiful and long-lasting memories at this year's event.
And from lighting up Accra, we take a break for business. Stay with us on Joy News Desk.
Hi, this is Lexus Bill, host of Drive Time on Joy 99.7 FM. Listen, you don't have to worry if you miss Drive Time or Personality Profile. It's going to be live on our podcast page. Just log on to www.myjoyonline.com/podcast. You can listen to Drive Time, Personality Profile, and any other of your favorite shows on Joy FM on that page. You don't have to miss a show at all. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
Good morning, time for business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Anglo Gold Ashanti Obuasi Mine has launched a 5-day trade and exhibition show in Obuasi. The show is to diversify the economy of the gold city through trade promotion. There is more in this report.
Available statistics indicate 52% of people in Obuasi are into agriculture, with 19% engaged in mining, while the rest of 29% are in the public service. The MCE for Obuasi, Elijah Adansibona, addressed the 37th Farmers' Day event in Obuasi.
Obuasi predominantly
has farmers more than those who are into mining. 54% of our people who are into agriculture. So definitely, Obuasi is not only noted for mining, but agriculture is also one of them. AngloGold Ashanti is here, but if you consider the number of people AGA can employ, and you compare that with the number of people farming can employ, it clearly tells everybody that we must go into farming. Those who are into piggery, those who are into poultry farming, in fact, demand is very high. Unlike in the olden days when demand was so low that everybody was into subsistence farming. But now, farming is commercialized, so we must go into farming.
According to the MCA, the negative impact of illegal mining on agriculture in the municipality remains a major worry. He has plans to tackle the menace.
If we reduce the activities that contribute to climate change, we will come back to our normal season. So as an MCE of Obuasi, the first thing I will tackle is illegal mining. Some people, you know the role forests play when it comes to climate, rain formation, forests contribute. So we'll make sure those who enter the forest, we don't have thick forest as we have in other areas. However, we have a few areas with forest. We will also protect it so that illegal miners don't enter and mine to the detriment of our people.
Municipal Director of Agriculture at Obuasi, Raphael Atapepra, wants the government to invest more in agriculture. He believes this would make the sector attractive to prospective farmers.
If we are planting to consolidate food systems in Ghana, we need to protect our lands, protect our water bodies, and then we should find a way to invest in agriculture, especially the Directorate of Agriculture. We should find them to make them work to be able to assist our farmers.
Nana Stephen Akori Ajiman was adjudged best farmer in the Obuasi municipality. He advised the youth to venture into agriculture.
I take this award as a motivation for all the youth and people who have risen to certain pedestal like general managers and in the managerial staff, that they can also emulate what I have done, and it will help them, it will help the country.
Anita Sewajuga's report read to you.
Vivo Energy, operator of the Shell Fuel brand, says it will intensify its digitalization process in delivery of service at its pumps across the country. This, according to the acting managing director of the company, Randolph Dome, is to ensure convenience and efficiency for customers and retailers. Here's more. Over 50 retailers were awarded at the 2020-2021 Retail Awards and Dinner Dance. Retailers were entreated to embrace digital channels in service delivery. The company added that it would continue providing good service delivery to customers. Here's acting managing director for Vivo Ghana, Randolph Dome.
Vivo Energy's retail business started its digital evolution a few years ago. And with the current global demand for businesses to join the digital ecosystem, we seek to entrench what we have already started. Hence, the theme for this year's Retail Awards, Embedding Digital Change for Growth. The digitalization of our systems will offer you, our retailers and frontline staff, convenience, efficiency, real-time access, and visibility over station operations, irrespective of time and location.
This year's awards was under the theme Embedding Digital Change for Growth. James Ishan's report for Joy Business. And that's business for now. Michelle comes up next with sports. Stay tuned.
Time now for some sporting action, and Mishael Kwenu is here. My brother, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
So AFCON is still brewing. We've heard a whole lot from the FIFA, president and all of that. But coming to AFCON, we've selected our team now, right? Milo has his team. Right.
Provisional man squad.
Okay.
But CAF is saying 28.
Right.
Just 28 players can make it for the AFCON. Actually, it was 23, but because of the COVID, we expanded other 5 more players.
So we have to trim down by 2.
2.
Okay.
And so
any idea who is going to get the yes?
So camp will be opening today, all right. And he called 30 players, and 2 of those players, Kudus has an injury, and Afinijan from earlier history, he was called for the South Africa game, and he turned it down.
The forward, right?
Yeah, he turned it down, and he said he wants to continue his development at the AS Roma.
Right.
So he's not really looking towards playing for the Black Stars at the moment. So if there are two are going to be dropped, maybe it might be Jan and Kudus. But with Jan still on Jan, the coach Milovan is saying that they expect him to another invitation. He said at the press conference yesterday, because Milo says this is a chance for him to, you know, get to meet the squad, get to know the requirements to play for the Black Stars, which is not a small brand in African football, and to know, to just get himself connected with the team. So his is not really confirmed if he's going to join or if he's going to drop. It's still dicey, you know, we don't really know what's going to happen.
Somewhere in there, we don't really know how things will pan out.
But from earlier history, he might just not make the squad.
He just might not. But the following days, the coming days will give us a better picture
Yeah,
about what will happen.
Yesterday I spoke with the communication director of the JFA, Henry, and he said that local players are going to travel today and latest by tomorrow to Doha, where the team is going to open camp.
Right.
And then latest by December 26th, the international guys from out Europe are supposed to join. But it's a bit of a tricky situation because someone like Jordan Ayew, for instance, has a London derby this weekend versus Tottenham. And we don't know if Vieira is going to be happy with letting Jordan Ayew go, because Jordan has featured very crucially for Crystal Palace this season.
He's not scored that many goals.
Yeah, but he scored last week. And Vieira appreciates Jordan with way beyond his goal scoring, because he says he gives the team energy, he pushes the team forward, and now he has some qualities the team really needs. So so those international players, not really sure if they'll make a squad by 26th because of the weekend fixtures.
So it's clear now there are a lot of loose ends to tie before the 26th. But very quickly on this one. So 5 local players have been called.
Yes.
Which players are these? Can you just walk us through?
Abagna from RTU.
Right.
We have Fatal Isahaku from Dreams. We have Philemon Bafo from Dreams. We also have Richard Atta from Hearts of Oak. And there's one name.
There's another player.
There's one name.
We know there are 5 of them.
Yeah, there are 5 of them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, making some strides in there as well. And of course, we can only wish the very best for our Black Stars.
Yeah. Hoping that that 40-year end trophy drought could end soon. But it's a very big ask.
It's a very big ask. We are not even in the top 5 in Africa.
At the moment.
But like I said yesterday, logic doesn't necessarily play in football.
Yeah.
Sometimes football is very illogical.
Yeah. And Milo mentioned something similar. He said going into the 2010 African Cup of Nations, the environment surrounding the team was similar because people didn't really believe in that team. But we still went to the final and we lost by just a hair. So he's still counting on that. He believes Ghana has this sort of energy and this sort of, let me say, spirit when it comes to football. And he believes that can count for the national team this time around as well.
Let's do some Barack Obama. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
And that's Mishael Kwenu bringing us sports right here on Joy News Desk. And that's how we actually wrap for this morning. But of course, you can check out more stories on myjoyonline.com. Our top story this hour, Christmas and COVID-19. An event cancelled is better than a life cancelled. You know, the WHO has been calling on the world to basically cancel Christmas. How do you feel about that? Well, that's the story there. My name is Benjamin Akapo. Thank you for staying.